I'm a cold red man in a Baja Blast world. I left the arms of my mama for some cheating lying girl. Said she loved me, said she'd be true. Sometimes I don't know what to Mountain Dew. I got tears in my eyes, tears on my jeans. I got tears on the stove to season my beans. I got nothing but sorrow on my mind. I could use a tall glass of red 40 tonight, 'cause I'm a cold red man in a Baja Blast world. I left the arms of my mama for some cheating lying girl. Said she loved me, said she'd be true. Sometimes I don't know what to Mountain Dew.
Hello everybody, my name is Ice Fletch, and welcome back to another episode of the Mountain Dew Diaries. In this episode, we're going to be dealing with a good old-fashioned Mountain Dew flavor. No energy drinks, or sublines, or gummy worms, or anything like that Mountain Dew came out with. We're just here with a good old-fashioned Mountain Dew flavor, like the good old Mountain Dew Diaries. So, without further ado, the Mountain Dew that we're going to be trying today is Mountain Dew Mango Rush. Now, me and my buddy Hayden went to go pick this up a couple days ago, and this is my first time ever trying it. So we're back here with another first impression for you guys, blind tasting. Never had this before, so you'll be seeing my live reaction to Mango Rush once we get to the tasting. But as always, as described on the Mountain Dew Wiki, Mango Rush is a current restaurant-exclusive Mountain Dew flavor that was released at Little Caesars on May 18th, 2026. It was last available in May 2025 in a 16-ounce can size as a limited-time offering, available until supplies last. Mango Rush is a flavor of original Mountain Dew. It is amber in color and features a sweet mango heat flavor profile. The flavor is comparable to Game Fuel Mango Heat's mango, habanero, and flaming hot heat and citrus profile. Its May 2025 tagline was "Dew with a blast of natural and artificial mango sweet heat flavor." Its May 2026 tagline is "Mango sweet heat, naturally and artificially flavored." So yes, this is a Little Caesars exclusive, another exclusive under our belt, and I think it's unique because Little Caesars doesn't really come to mind when you think of Mountain Dew. Yes, they serve Pepsi products, but usually you get something else there. You don't get Mountain Dew, but I think this flavor really encapsulates the Mountain Dew spirit and mixing that with Little Caesars. So without further ado, let's go see what my first impressions are of Mango Rush, and we'll get to the tier list and the review after that. So without further ado, let's go do that right now. Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to the Mountain Dew Diaries. We're obviously today trying Mountain Dew Mango Rush, mango sweet heat, naturally and artificially flavored dew. This, of course, is the Little Caesars exclusive drink. I didn't get it the first time it came around, because the first time it came around it still had the old logo, but it's come back and it's got the new logo, a new design, pretty interesting, little design of, the Little Caesars mascot camping, and I'm excited to try it. I'm not one for spicy things, but this is supposed to be a little spicy, so I guess without further ado, let's give it a try with a crack, and let's see what happens when I crack and pour it. Alright. Here we go. Interesting. So we've got a very light color of orange. Almost maybe a little lighter than Live Wire. Smells very mango-y. Mango is probably my second favorite flavor besides peach. So I'm excited to try this. Interesting. I mean, it smells like mango. And it's something also to say that these come in Tall Boys exclusive, Tall Boys only. So, interesting. So I guess without further ado, give it a try, see what I have to say. That is interesting. You very much get that kind of the seasoning, the spiciness, as soon as you try it. That's very interesting. And this is decently cold. I wish I were to try it when it was fresh out of the fridge, but it's very interesting. It just does not taste like a Mountain Dew. Like, I'm shocked at this currently. Like, it is so... And it's not bad. It's just so interesting that I just want to keep on trying it. You don't really get much of the mango. I mean, you get a little bit of the mango, and then it comes back with that little bit of a spiciness, the little bit of, like, spice. And it's not, like, hot spicy, it's just spices. Like, I'm not getting any spicy tasting, any spicy feeling on my tongue or on my taste buds, but once you get that first little pinch of mango, then it comes back in with a little bit of a, that spiciness. But at the end of the day, it's not bad. It is not bad. I'll say this, and I'm going to keep on dogging on Diet. It's better than Diet. I would have probably 100 of these before I drank a Diet Mountain Dew ever again, but I think it's interesting. A very interesting collab, a very interesting drink. It's got that spiciness, but it's also got that mango that kind of makes it just kind of an overall interesting soda, I would like to compare it to, like, if you guys remember the Mountain Dew Flaming Hot back in the day, which I never got to try it, but I would like to try drinking that and drinking this, see how similar it was, but, I mean, at the end of the day, not a bad Mountain Dew. Kind of a unique Mountain Dew, a very much unique Mountain Dew. When I, keeping on sipping it, maybe the spiciness or the spice kick kind of goes away a little bit, but at the end of the day, nothing too bad to complain about. At the end of the day, nothing that bad to complain about. It's just a unique flavor. It's a very unique flavor, so I can't dog on it for being bad when it's a unique flavor, trying to do something unique. But I haven't really seen the community's opinions on this, so you're gonna be. This is my first impressions. This is a long time since you guys had my first tasting impressions for a while. But at the end of the day, pretty good Mountain Dew. Nothing bad to complain about. Little Caesars, goated pizza. So goated drink to go with the goated pizza. I don't complain too much when we've got exclusives because, when I go somewhere, I'm like, oh, they have a Mountain Dew exclusive, then I'm gonna get it. Like, it's just one of those things that, KFC plus Sweet Lightning, Baja Midnight with Taco Bell, this and this, and then we also have Mango Rush with Little Caesar. So nothing too bad to complain about. Let's go see what I have to say with the review and the ranking on the tier list. So without further ado, let's go do that right now.
Alright, here we go. Mountain Dew Mango Rush. I've tasted 7 out of 10, branding at 8 out of 10, and overall this rounds out to about a 7.5 out of 10. I think to taste a 7 out of 10 is very respectable. I really have nothing too much to complain about. The only thing I would consider making suggestions or making changes with is to put a little bit more of that mango flavor in with the heat so it kind of balances it out so you don't have so much of that aftertaste, that after kick of that spice flavor. Branding at 8 out of 10, I think this is a fabulous can design, and it really encapsulates the Mountain Dew and Little Caesars partnership and the exclusiveness of this drink very, very, very well. And overall, I think this rounds out to about a 7.5 out of 10. Really nothing too much to complain about this Mountain Dew, but I think it could use a little bit, maybe a bit more tweaks to it, but at the end of the day, nothing really to complain about. Is this something I'm going to be driving 100 miles an hour to Little Caesars for all the time? No, but it's something that I would consider having once again. Alright, I think Mango Rush falls at D on the tier list, and I don't think that's necessarily a low D, but it's a high D. I definitely think this tier list maybe needs a little bit more of some changes to it, maybe a bit of revision to it, but at the end of the day, I don't think this is a bad Mountain Dew. I think D is respectable. It's a lot better than some of the other Ds, but I think it's a little lower than some of the Cs. So I think this could fall at C tier if you really wanted it to, but I think at the end of the day, it's got to be at D tier for now. Maybe after a bit more revision of this flavor, I could come back and move it up to that spot. But I think right now in the present moment, in my first impressions, I think it's at D tier, and I think that's very respectable for this Mountain Dew because it could have been very much worse than it is, but at the end of the day, I think it's very respectable at D tier. Alright, thank you guys for watching another episode of the Mountain Dew Diaries. I appreciate your guys' support so far, and I have one other Mountain Dew flavor. Well, it's kind of 1 and 2. You will see when I post the video, but I think at the end of the day, that's really it. No more Monsters, no more Mountain Dews, because they've been slacking so much, so I don't really have anything else planned. If you guys want to see me review any other drinks, sodas, do stuff, vlogs, all that jazz, I don't really care what I do, but I'm going to be making more content to you guys if you guys want to suggest stuff, but so that's really about it. See you guys. Peace!